Hello children. You saw some people reading for fun. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਲੋਕ ਦਿਲ ਪਰਚਾਵੇ ਲਈ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ. The last clip showed some children appearing in an exam reading a passage for comprehension. This is what matters to us. ਆਖਰੀ ਕਲਿੱਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਝ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਇਮਤਿਹਾਨ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ comprehension ਲਈ ਇੱਕ passage ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ. Unfortunately, reading habits have touched a real low in the recent times. In the olden days, you could find people of different age groups reading books from religion to art and stories, novels and magazines. ਬਦਕਿਸਮਤੀ ਵਸ਼ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੀ ਆਦਤ ਅੱਜਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਘਟ ਗਈ ਹੈ. ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਸਮਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਉਮਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਵੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇਹ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਤੋਂ ਕਲਾ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਹੋਣ ਅਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ, ਨਾਵਲ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਗਜ਼ੀਨ. Gone are the days when reading was considered a pleasure. ਉਹ ਦਿਨ ਗਏ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ-ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਲਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ. ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ? There are many other diversions like movies, dancing, outings, etc. And reading books has become old-fashioned. ਹੋਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਧਨ ਹਨ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਫਿਲਮਾਂ, ਨਾਚ, ਘੁੰਮਣਾ ਫਿਰਨਾ ਆਦਿ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਫੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ. In the olden days, it was considered fashionable to carry books. These days, when reading for pleasure has become old-fashioned, who would like to read course books? Sounds boring. They don't have the habit of reading at all. So, what to do when reading for comprehension? In fact, these are the kind of things which stand by you all your life. ਜਦੋਂ ਦਿਲ ਪਰਚਾਵੇ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਫੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਰਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਕੌਣ ਪੜ੍ਹੇਗਾ? ਬੋਰਿੰਗ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੀ ਆਦਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ. ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ comprehension ਲਈ ਹੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ? ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹੀ ਉਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਕੰਮੇ ਆਉਣਗੀਆਂ. This is an art you are being taught, so consider yourself lucky. There are many things that have to be considered while reading. Reading comprehension is a skill learned first in elementary school and is important to master for academic success. ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਕਲਾ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਈ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ਕਿਸਮਤ ਸਮਝੋ. ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਹਨ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਲੱਗਿਆਂ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ. Comprehension ਲਈ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਮੁਹਾਰਤ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟਰੀ ਸਕੂਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਅਕਾਦਮਿਕ ਸਫਲਤਾ ਲਈ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ. Teachers often test comprehension in children and the skill goes up to college and later life. ਅਧਿਆਪਕ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦਾ comprehension ਦਾ ਟੈਸਟ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਨ. ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਕਲਾ ਕਾਲਜ ਤੱਕ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਮ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ. A comprehension passage is a passage which you read and answer the questions based on it. It will judge your ability to understand the content of the given text and derive its meaning and information. Let me caution you about listening comprehension too. You may have not heard of it. Here is a news clipping. Listen to it carefully and see how much you understood.
The India International Mega Trade Fair began in Kolkata today. The Speaker of the West Bengal Legislative Assembly, Hasim Abdul Halim, inaugurated the fair. The Bharat Chamber of Commerce has organized the fair in order to showcase the possibilities in commerce and industry in West Bengal. More than 300 companies from India and abroad are taking part in the fair. Neighboring Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey and Egypt are some of the other countries taking part in the fair. A wide range of products from furniture to electronic gadgets and equipments are on display at the fair. The organizers hope that business worth 500 crore rupees will be concluded in the 10-day fair.
Now, if I ask you questions based on the news you heard, it will be testing your listening skills or listening comprehension. If you want to improve your listening skills, do one thing. When you go home today, switch on your TV and listen to English news or an interview and see how much you comprehend or understand. आओ मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ listening comprehension ਭਾਵ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਸਮਝਣ ਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਵਧਾਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੋ, ਅੱਜ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਟੀਵੀ ਔਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਅਤੇ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਅਤੇ ਵੇਖਣਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਕੰਪਰੀਹੈਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਕੁ ਸਮਝ ਆਈ ਹੈ। It is more difficult because you cannot listen to it again as you can reread your written passage. This listening activity is a part of your IELTS and other tests like GRE. So, you have come to know about two types of comprehension skills, reading and listening. Luckily, by following some basic tips, you can improve at reading comprehension. ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣ ਸਕਦੇ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਲਿਖਤੀ ਪੈਸੇਜ ਤਾਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸੁਣਨ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਈਲੈਟਸ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਟੈਸਟ ਜਿਵੇਂ GRE ਕਿਸਮਤ ਨਾਲ ਕੁਝ ਨੁਕਤਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਪਰੀਹੈਂਸ਼ਨ 'ਚ ਸੁਧਾਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। Let's see them one by one.
First, work on your vocabulary. You are advised to read carefully. Look at the meanings of difficult words and read the definitions, etc. carefully. They will help you in understanding the topic easily. ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਵਲੀ ਸੁਧਾਰਨ ਤੇ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਦਿਓ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਅਰਥਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖੋ ਅਤੇ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਆਦਿ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਪੜ੍ਹੋ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਕਰਨਗੀਆਂ। Second, read using your mind, eyes and lips. Use all the three to remember the material. ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ, ਅੱਖਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਬੁੱਲ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰੋ। ਸਾਰੇ ਸਬਕ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਣ ਲਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰੋ। Third, ask, why am I reading this? What information do I need? Do not read aimlessly. ਪੁੱਛੋ, ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਉਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ? ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਸੂਚਨਾ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ? ਬਿਨਾਂ ਉਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਪੜ੍ਹੋ। Fourth, have an overview. Whatever passage you get, just have an overview. It helps you in the next reading. ਇੱਕ ਜਾਇਜ਼ਾ ਲੈਣਾ। ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਪੈਸੇਜ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਿਆ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਇਜ਼ਾ ਲਓ। ਇਹ ਅਗਲੀ ਰੀਡਿੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਕਰੇਗਾ। 5th, reading skill includes be able to read it quickly. Collect points you see when you appear for an exam. You simply cannot devote all the time to the comprehension question. ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੀ ਮੁਹਾਰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੈ ਜਲਦੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਦੇ ਯੋਗ ਹੋਵੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਮਤਿਹਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੋ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਮੁੱਖ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੋ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਵੇਖੇ ਸਨ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਕੰਪਰੀਹੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ।
You have to set or fix time for every question. That is why you should set time for this question so that you don't spend all the time reading. Here is how you can do it. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਨਿਰਧਾਰਤ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਸਵਾਲ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਮਾਂ ਨਿਸ਼ਚਿਤ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਵੇ। ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਪੈਸੇਜ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੇ ਆਧਾਰਿਤ ਸਵਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਣੇ ਹਨ। Now, here is a comprehension passage which you are going to read and answer the question based on it. It will judge your ability to understand the content of the given text and derive its meaning and information.
Mr. and Mrs. Williams had always spent their summer holidays in England in the past, in a small boarding house at the seaside. One year, however, Mr. Williams made a lot of money in his business, so they decided to go to Rome and stay at a really good hotel while they went around and saw the sights of the famous city. They flew to Rome and arrived at their hotel late one evening. They expected that they would have to go to bed hungry because in the boarding houses they had been used to in the past, no meals were served after 7 o'clock in the evening. They were therefore surprised when the clerk who received them in the hall of the hotel asked them whether they would be taking dinner there that night. "Are you still serving dinner then?" asked Mrs. Williams. "Yes, certainly, madam," answered the clerk. "We serve it until 9:30. "What are the times of meals then?" asked Mr. Williams. "Well, sir," answered the clerk, "we serve breakfast from 7 to 11:30 in the morning, lunch from 12 to 3 in the afternoon, tea from 4 to 5, and dinner from 6 to 9:30. "But that hardly leaves any time for us to see the sights of Rome," said Mrs. Williams in a disappointed voice.
So children, let me see if you can answer these upcoming questions using your own words, but taking into account the information in the text. Question: why did Mr. and Mrs. Williams want to spend their holidays abroad? Answer: once Mr. and Mrs. Williams made a lot of business, so they decided to spend their holidays abroad. Question: what did Mr. and Mrs. Williams want to go to Rome for? Answer: Mr. and Mrs. Williams wanted to go to Rome for sightseeing. Are the given statements true or false? Identify the part of the text that supports your answer by copying the exact words. Question: they arrived at the hotel before 9:30 in the evening. Answer: true. Yes, certainly, madam, answered the clerk. We serve it until 9:30. This line shows that they had reached the hotel before 9:30. Question: Mr. and Mrs. Williams had always spent their holidays in a guest house where they could not eat. True. Mr. and Mrs. Williams had always spent their summer holidays in England in the past, in a small boarding house at the seaside. This line proves the above statement. Question: Mrs. Williams was happy to know the meal's timetable. Answer: false. But that hardly leaves any time for us to see the sights of Rome, said Mrs. Williams in a disappointed voice. This line shows that she was not happy but rather disappointed to know the details of meal's timetable. Question: match the following: boarding house, views, sights, so, therefore, if, whether, scarcely, hardly, a place with meals and lodging facility. So, the correct matchings are boarding house, a place with meals and lodging facility, sights, views, therefore, so, whether, if, hardly, scarcely. Now, let's do another example. Let's read it carefully once or twice as desired.
Is that a boa or a python? When people think of snakes, boas and pythons are two species that often come to mind. They are alike in so many ways that many people can't tell which is which. Both types of snake use their forked tongues to smell. Those that hunt at night can widen their pupils of their eyes to let in more light. They also use heat sensors on their lips to find warm-bodied prey such as rodents. When a boa or python captures prey, it wraps its muscular coils around it and constricts or squeezes. This shuts off the prey's breathing. The snake then opens its mouth wide and swallows the prey head first. Muscle contractions in the snake move the food along as the snake digests. Some boas and pythons look so similar only a reptile expert or herpetologist can tell them apart. One example of this is the emerald tree boa and the green tree python. So, how are boas and pythons different? First, a boa's skull bones aren't arranged the same as a python's. Pythons have more bones in their skull and more teeth too. Second, boa young hatch inside their mother and are born live. This is unusual because most other reptiles hatch from eggs. Pythons, on the other hand, do lay eggs. The mother python builds a shallow nest made of leaves and soil. She coils around her eggs and keeps them warm and protected. When it is time for them to hatch, the mother python leaves and the babies must survive on their own without her help. Another difference between boas and pythons isn't in the snake themselves, but in where they live. Most boas are native to the Americas. Most pythons are native to Africa, Asia, Australia.
Let's now take up some questions related to the shown comprehension passage. Question: which sentence best describes the organization of the article? Answer: the author lists facts about boas and pythons in sequential order. B. The author describes differences between boas and pythons and then describes similarities. C. The author lists facts about boas and pythons in order of importance. D. The author describes how boas and pythons are alike, then describes how they are different.
The correct answer is D.
Question: how do boas and pythons kill their prey? Answer: boas and pythons wrap around their prey and squeeze until it stops breathing. Question: a hiker is walking through the grassland in Africa and he encounters a large snake protecting its eggs. Is it probably a boa or python? Explain how you know. Answer: it is probably a python because pythons lay eggs and live in Africa. Question: what is herpetologist? Answer: a scientist who studies reptiles. Question: write points to describe pythons. Answer: points for pythons. Number 1, more bones in its skull. Number 2, more teeth. Number 3, lay eggs. Number 4, build nests. Number 5, live in Africa, Asia, Australia. Question: write points to describe boas Answer. Points for
Boas.
Number 1. Fewer bones in its skull. Number 2. Fewer teeth. Number 3. Young are born alive. Number 4. Live in the America. Question. Write points to describe both boas and pythons. Answer. Points for both boas and pythons. Number 1. Use forked tongues to smell. Number 2. Squeeze their prey to kill it. Number 3. Heat sensors on lips to sense mammals. Number 4. Pupils widen so they can hunt at night. Let's take up a poem and check out if you can comprehend its message and answer the questions related to it. An Irish airman foresees his death. I know that I shall meet my fate. Somewhere among the clouds above, those that I fight I do not hate. Those that I guard I do not love. My country is Kiltartan cross. My countrymen Kiltartans poor. No likely end could bring them loss, or leave them happier than before. Nor law nor duty bade me fight, nor public men nor cheering crowds. A lonely impulse of delight drove to this tumult in the clouds. I balanced all, brought all to mind. The years to come seemed waste of breath, a waste of breath the years behind. In balance with this life, this death. Fill in the blanks. The airman belongs to dash. Answer. The airman belongs to Ireland. He does not hate those dash. Answer. He does not hate those against whom he fights. There are some statements, say whether they are true or false. Number 1. Those I guard I do not love means he does not know them enough to love them. The answer is true. Number 2. He was duty bound to fight for his people. The answer is false. Answer the following questions in one line. Question. How does he balance life and death? Answer. He feels both are equally useless, so death is a better option. Question. What is the tone of the poem? Answer. It is sad. Question. What does waste of breath mean? Answer: life is useless. Children, at the end of this lesson, I would like to draw your attention to something which you never took notice of. Do you realize that comprehending an unknown passage is a blessing? You don't have to learn anything, especially before the exams. You only need a command on the language. If you haven't cared about it, start now. Hope you understood the lesson and enjoyed it. Thank you.